What's going on, Heroclix fans? Welcome back. And today, with the end of the year right around the corner, we're going to look at my top 10 figures of 2018. But most importantly, don't forget to drop your favourite figure of the year in the comments below. Let's start a discussion, talk about our favourites. I can't wait to read through some of yours, but here are mine. So coming in at number 10, I've gone for Starro, which is the DC... I'm not sure, it's an LE. I'm not sure if it was from an OP kit or it was tournament play, but I've not actually got one myself. I've had a look at the dial and the sculpt looks incredible. The minion power it has is amazing. I really want to get my hands on one, but they're like gold dust at the minute. Number 9 is almost just because of the character. It's Poison Ivy, the rare from the animated Batman set. Now the figure itself only has 5 clicks. I think the sculpt's really cool. Its abilities are cool. You can drop free smoke cloud, which increases her defense and it damages your opponent. So actually really playable. I do enjoy using it. And yeah, it's based on a character that I love. Coming in at number 8 is Nebula. Now this is the version of her holding the Infinity Gauntlet. It was either going to be this or Thanos, but I'm more of a fan of Nebula, and I like how it's sort of her cleaning up in the story. So it's a really strong dial. It's playable, but it's not too powerful. The sculpt is amazing. It's her stood on the throne if you've not seen it. But yeah, that's why she is number 8. Coming in at number 7 is the Captain Kirk chase figure. Now, it was between this and the title piece, but the chase has sort of edged it for me. It's the iconic ripped shirt of William Shatner. I mean, any chance to get his shirt off. Not me, him. But yeah, it's a great sculpt. It's a great sculpt. The dial's good. You can make some free attacks. It's usable. And the set in general was fantastic. It's in my 2018 list because I didn't put it in last year. The UK got it in January, so technically it was this year, which is why it's number 7 on this list. Coming in at number 6 is the Unseen, which if you don't know is Nick Fury becoming the Watcher after he's found out to have killed countless monsters and people over the years. This is sort of his punishment. The figure itself is actually playable. It's got some incredible abilities. It's got -2 to attack with Colossal Retaliation, so it is meta-worthy. It's got Super Senses 4 to 6, and it's got Outwit Probability Control. The most important part about this is it's got 9 range and ignores elevated, hindering, and characters. The sculpt itself looks great. It's straight out of the comic books. Power Cosmic on top of that, so great figure all round for 65 points. Coming in at number 5, my favourite figure of the year, well 5th I guess I should say, is Batgirl, Shadow of the Bat. Now if you're unfamiliar, this is the Batgirl title figure. I mean, her stats are great. She starts off with Prob in Dom. She's got Stealth from the Batman Ally team ability. 4 range, 2 targets. Her plot points are good. She starts off with 2 and her +1 plot point is Perplex, which is fantastic. When she's KO'd, opposing characters modify attack +1 for the rest of the game. That isn't actually the worst I've seen. It sounds really bad, but like Thor Odinson, your team can't move or attack the next turn, stuff like that. I mean, there is a lot worse out there. The sculpt looks great, and I've just been a big fan of Batgirl ever since the Killing Joke. I know that's a weird story to really start liking the character, but yeah, she was a big part in the story. She's cool as Oracle, but I definitely prefer Batgirl. Coming in at number 4 is one of my favourite characters of all time, Black King. Now this isn't my favourite version of him. I like the version we got in... I'm not sure what set it was. I think it was Wolverine and the X-Men. Absolutely adore that dial. It just sort of lasts forever. He's got good stats. He removes tokens. This one's good too. At the beginning of your turn, if he wasn't hit by an opposing character, heal him 1 click. Doesn't really make sense for the character because he wants to get hit in the comic books. So this trait doesn't work perfectly for me. He's got Charge Flurry, a couple of stop clicks, which I think do work for him. He modifies attack and defense +1 for each action token, which also makes sense. I'm a massive fan of the Hellfire Club. It's a repeat of the sculpt, but I loved the sculpt before, so that's not a problem. The stats are good. Yeah, it's just a great dial on one of my favourite characters. Coming in at number 3 is the Black Panther Chase. Now, you've probably seen this already. It's quite a popular figure. Again, one I've not been able to get my hands on yet, but I will still be trying to. His starting dial is incredible. Hypersonic, 11 attack, precision, impervious, 4 with probability. He's got the ability that you can turn his dial and choose which click you want, which is fantastic. It's one of my favourite abilities. It makes him so versatile. The Question, Ellie used to have it, which was one of my favourite figures of all time. Apart from that, he's got 3 stop clicks, which summon 2 zombie warriors each time. Incredible. This is what makes me love the character. Just the thought of a zombie being generated from Black Panther and having like an army of zombies along with him is just so cool. In general, his dial's incredible, his abilities, everything about this is just perfect for me. It's a shame it's a chase because I would love to get my hands on one, but like I say, this is my 3rd favourite figure of this year. Now these final 2 are head and shoulders above everything else. I couldn't decide which order to put them in, but I'm going to go for number 2, Old Man Logan. Now, if you're looking at this dial in terms of competitive play or winning a game, he's not that piece. He's not the Wolverine that's going to slash through your enemy. He's the old man that's going to sort of train up your lower point characters. He gives them bonuses like in power and combat reflexes. He also modifies their defense +1 if they already have combat reflexes. So he's more of a support figure mentoring the younger X-Men. Old Man Logan is one of my favourite characters of all time though. The stories, even the what-ifs with him in against the Hulk and stuff like that, I absolutely adore. I think it's a cool looking sculpt as well, so for all those reasons, Wolverine being one of my favourite characters, a great support dial. I mean, he has 12 attack and blade, so he can still slash through people. Like, don't get me wrong, he is still dangerous. Even on the later clicks with a lower defense, he has 11 attack, exploit weakness, so he could still do damage. But the number we've all been waiting for, number 1, Witch Queen LeFay. Now, I've loved this character since we had the last version, which I think was from Chaos Wars. I remember she used to combo with the Avengers, and at the time I was a massive Avengers fan. I sort of read up on the character after that, and it's sort of a fantasy akin to like King Arthur, which is just incredible. Her story's amazing, character's amazing. This version in particular, the sculpt is nowhere near as good as the old version. The dial is a hell of a lot better though. Untamed weirdness, which means you can't modify her stats when attacking her, which is incredible. Her movement power is what sells her to me though. She can use any except Earthbound and Stealth. When she misses any target of an attack, after resolution, she can't use that special power for the rest of the game. So she's got 12 attacks, so you're not going to be missing a lot. She's got Pulse Wave to ignore stuff. I think it's just an incredible figure of one of my favourite characters, which is such a niche character, so it's nice to get a good version of her. But that's my top 10. Like I say, drop your top 10 in the comments or your favourite figure of the year, whatever. Let's start a discussion. But until next time.